Bro, what the fuck? Are you serious, man? Brian Stevens, man. Oh shit, man. Mike, thanks, man, for fucking telling me, bro. Oh man, I'm so fucking pissed. I'm so pissed. Damn it. Had Big Boss on here and everything. Ain't that some bullshit? Oh my gosh. Bro, I am so sorry. I am so Fuck, man. I gotta get something right here. I'm hitting buttons and everything else. My fault, fellas. My fault. My fault. My fault. All right. I just went through all this shit. Had Big Boss on here and everything. Say what's up to the chat. Tori Coker, what's good? Strategic Investments, what's good? Try to chat with him. We'll talk about what we talked about at the end of the show here. Paul View, I like that play. I'm just not on it right yet. Mike M. Liberty plus 10 tonight. We'll talk about that in a second. You might be on to something. Brazzy, my guy Brazzy from Brooklyn. What's good, bro? Man, dude, forgot to hit the button. Forgot to hit the button. KC, what's good, girl? G Martinez, what's good? Brian Stevens, Mike M. All right, let's get it going. So, first game, we're going to go to LA, to Las Vegas. I mean, to Indiana, where Las Vegas comes in to take on the Fever. This game right here, the Fever, you know, this is a tough game. It really is because the Fever, they're a good road team, and they just won that 500K in the Commissioner's Cup, and I have one bet on this game, actually two bets, and I wasn't going to play it at all, but I figured I got to put something in on it. We don't have anybody injured for either team, so we're good to go on this one, and I have one bet, or I had one bet. I took the under 80.5 for the Fever team total under, and I actually put in another, and that's the reason why I was a little bit late getting here. I got in at 3:03 Eastern and started running my mouth and forgot to hit go live. So we are. All right, let me pull the ticket out so I can see what I'm doing here. I have on the aces. The first bet is the Fever team total under 80.5. Second bet I have is the first quarter aces minus 4.5. I'm taking that just basically because the Fever are on a lot of rest, and the aces just played the other night, so I like them to come out, try and show some try and set the tone and go from there. I don't know if they'll cover that big spread. I don't think they will, to be honest with you. That's why I'm not touching any of that. The first quarter is the first half's really high. I don't know if I want any parts of that either, because I have all my money in this next game that we're going to talk about. So I'm cool with the one little piece I have, or the two little pieces I have in there, and I'm confident in them. I think the Dream, this is a great spot, another great spot for them to flex their defensive skills. And I'm sure Becky, like I've told you guys for last couple of weeks, the Aces are going to be stressing defense, and you're finally starting to see it. So I think we're going to see it again tonight. I do want to jump on that under. I have not done it yet, and that total is at let me pull it up real quick. Take a look at that. It's 175.5 at FanDuel, and I wanted to get it in at 176, but I missed that. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to go. I am going to go with the under in this game. I think it's an under spot, and I was looking at the first quarter under, but it's a pretty high number too. But I didn't want to take it. I just took the Aces first quarter just because of the amount of rest that the Aces are on, and the Aces should be able to cover that. It all depends on what what their game plan is coming into there. That's why I wish I had a fly on the wall in these locker rooms after these morning practices and stuff. Oh, that would be amazing. I'd feel like the top of the world if I had somebody like that. But I don't. So I'm pulling up Caesar's books right here to check out what we got going on. It's 14 and 175.5 at Caesars, and their first quarter is 4.5 and 44.5. And I don't want any parts of that number. If I was going to play it, I would be looking under right there, under 44.5, but I haven't gotten there. And the first half total is 87.5, and the first half spread is 8. And that's just too much for me. So I don't want to get there. I'm going with the first quarter. That's all I hit, and that team total under for the Fever. So let's jump on. G Martinez likes the Aces. Dream, appreciate that. Yeah, if everybody could hit the like, man. Man, I suck, man. I had DJ Bigboss in here throwing it down with me, man. Fuck, I'm such an idiot. I need to hit a reminder. Don't forget to hit live. Go live. Jeez, oh wow. So anyway, all right, let's get on to the next game. That's all I have in this one, and it's more than I wanted to have. So, we get like that. We get like that sometimes. But next game we have the Liberty coming into Chicago to take on the Sky. That line has gone from 10 to 8.5. And that really just moved because I was just at the casino. That's the reason why I was running late. And I'm really mad here because that first quarter's down to 2.5 now. So anyway, there's news of Candace Parker came out a couple hours ago. I'll read that post for you guys. The Sky updated their injury report. Candace Parker, non-COVID illness, is questionable for tonight's game. James Wade, the coach of Chicago, said she was at practice facility and was on the court when the media wasn't there. Also mentioned that he thinks she'll be okay. All right. Does he think she'll be okay to play tonight? Or does he think she'll be okay? She's going to live. That's the question. That's the question. Tori, I'm about to spit them out, bro. Give me a sec. Need a sticky note on top of that laptop. Yeah, you're damn right, KC. You're damn right. I do. Parker's up in the air. Yep. Yeah, I know. But so anyway, yeah, I'd already put in the Sky first quarter. I got it in 3.5. I'm still on it. I don't care if Candace is in or not. I've got it pretty large, like a lot larger than I usually go. So yeah, I've got 5. I don't even want to tell you what I have on it. It's all right. So let's just say I've got it pretty large. And that right now is my only play with exception to the under. I took the over. The over 166 I took earlier. And I think this game goes over even without Candace. Candace puts up a lot of points, but there's just so many scorers on that team that I still think this goes over. So I think that's where I'm standing. So right now, the plays I have in, and I don't expect to be playing too much more, are the first quarter Aces minus 4.5, the Fever team total under 80.5, and the under 175.5 for that Aces Fever game. And in Chicago, I have the Chicago Sky minus 3.5. You can get it at 2.5 now. And the over 166. I have a small little amount that I put on the first half earlier. But my main play today is that first quarter. So I have had it circled for a week. Candace Parker not being isn't going to change that. I like it better at 2.5, but it's a little late. I can't take the ticket back and go, hey man, can I get that 2.5, bro? Too late. It is what it is, And Brazzy over here. Brazzy's from Brooklyn, and he sent me. He said that he's going to be having a WNBA podcast on Twitch, so you might want to keep an eye out for him. And do I think the Liberty can win? Fuck no, I don't think they can win, dude. I don't think they can win, just because of this past week. They took advantage of the Liberty, even though they have beaten the Sky twice this year. So they took advantage. I think they have anyway. But they beat them last weekend on a Sky team who had travel issues. Played the night before against the Wings, and that game lasted pretty late. We're talking like 10 o'clock. So 10 o'clock Eastern. So you figure they get showered, get out of the building, and they didn't get right on a plane, which I would have done if it was me. They waited till the next morning to take an early morning flight at like 5 a.m. and ended up sitting on the tarmac for 3 hours. So, we knew that was going to be an issue. But I was already on the Liberty plus 156 at that point anyway. So, or 145, whatever it was. So, you know, that's why I think that game went the way that it did. And the Sky also had the Aces on Tuesday for the Commissioner's Cup, and now I think they need to come and send a message to this Liberty team that, look, we're not going to give you any confidence getting it going into these playoffs. We're going to fucking shut it down right here, and I think that's what happens tonight. This has been circled on my calendar. Now that line's down to 9, I may jump in on it. I mean, you have for the Liberty, you have Hanshu. She's been playing better. Stephanie Dawson's balls against this Sky team. She was with them last year, got a chip with them, and she does a good job with them. So, if Parker doesn't play, you can expect the Liberty to try and feed the ball inside. At least if I'm Sandy Bordello, that's what I'm doing. But other than that, I really don't think that this Liberty team could keep up with this Sky team. Vandersloot 6 assists, Emma 15 points, 7 boards, 5 assists night. I don't know. I mean, that sounds all good, but like I said, Stephanie Dawson plays against this Sky team. She gets up for this game. So, that's gonna cause problems for Emma. So we'll see what happens. What do you think about Cooper props? I haven't seen any props, Casey. None of the books that I use have them, so you'll have to throw it out at me, and we can talk about that and see what happened. Or I can let you know what my thoughts are. I love Kalia Copper. She's a baller. But this might not. I don't think this is the night for her on rebounds, like I did on Tuesday night. So with that said, my plays for the day are, again, first game Aces plus or minus 4.5 first quarter, under 80.5 team total, under 80.5 for the Fever, and under 176 for the game. And into the Sky Liberty game, I have Liberty first quarter minus 3.5. It's at 2.5 now, and I like the over 166. Actually, let me see if that's changed because of this news. No, it's still at 166 at Caesars, and 160 actually went down to 165.5 at FanDuel. So I still like the over on that. I think we see points in this game. So that's where I stand. That's 5 plays. 3 more than I wanted to give out. but that's where I stand. So now let's talk about some other things, because this kind of leads into last night. I had the Mystics second quarter that cashed, and the Wings third quarter, and that cashed. So I was talking with Strategic. All right, one of these days I'll realize to keep my hands away from the keyboard. So, Mateo, what's up? Yo, you man, dude. To be honest with you, Mateo, I switched up in I guess 2021. I switched up when college basketball came back, because there was just shenanigans going on. That and NFL, there was just shenanigans going on. I think the NFL started to get some situations where you have these sports books that are sponsoring these teams, and it started making me think, because you're seeing crazy finishes in the NFL that are just making the spreads not cover, make a team not cover, or another team hit. Case in point, there was one game, Cleveland Browns and the Houston Texans. I had the Texans Cleveland, they were getting points. Cleveland at the end of the games. What's the running back's name out of Georgia? Chubb. Chubb's cruising down the field for a touchdown. Looks at the clock, sees 3 seconds left, steps out of bounds, and then they come in, kneel on it, and Cleveland would have covered. Thank goodness they didn't. I had Houston, but then there was another one with Green Bay and Arizona with their not kicking the extra point would have covered the spread. They went for 2, didn't get it, and just bullshit. So I switched to first halves, and I've been doing really well at them. And to be honest with you, I think you get the best efforts there. I mean, the whistles aren't out, and everybody wants to start the game off hot. So sometimes that doesn't work. Sometimes you get sleepy teams that come in, but you got to be able to look at the schedule and recognize that. So I've been pretty blessed to be able to do that. Yeah, everybody, if you can hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't, I'd appreciate it. Now back to what I was saying about strategic investments. He joins our chat here every day, and I was talking to him on the phone today, and he's got a system that he plays out. It's at like 90% where he progressively bets the quarters. So he'll take a team in the first quarter and say bet $10 on it. If it hits, great, roll it into the next one. If that hits, great, roll it into the next one. So you pick your team that you think's going to win the most quarters, and progressively bet that. So strategic investments. If I got any of that wrong, please let me know, because I don't want to give out bad information. I mean, I do bet quarters a lot. It's something that I'm going to keep an eye on. He says it hits at a 90% rate, and it says it's good for baseball and hits and stuff like that. So, and really good for hockey. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to look at it tonight, but there's certain teams that I know that are good in certain quarters, and I know that the Wings, that the Mystics are good in the second quarter. I play them a lot, and I'll look for like the Wings in the third quarter if they're playing. And actually, I'm thinking about taking. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm not taking anything with the Fever tonight. Screw that. But there's certain teams where that works, and it's been successful for him. And just check it out and see if it's something that you'd be interested in. If it's making money like that, I want to take a look at it and see it. You bet the quarter till they cover. There it is. You bet the quarter till they cover. When they cover, you won. There you go. So that's what it is. Let's see what Brazzy's saying here. Brazzy says, I bet big on a quarter and cash out though. That too. I do that as well. But I'm going to be interested in seeing seeing how strategic investments I like to see how that strategy works out. So I'm going to pay close attention to it tonight. And now, just remind me, strategic investments, is it we're just picking a team that we like, that we think is going to win the game, and bet them every quarter? Is that what it is? Because we know that doesn't happen. But I mean, if you're saying that, I'm still a little up in the air. All right, so here we go. All right. If it wins, you covered. If not, you triple it to the second quarter. If you start up with $10 and you move it to 30, if it covers, you won. If it doesn't, or you won. And if it doesn't cover, then you go on to the third quarter to go. Okay, so basically you're playing your team that you want to win the quarter until it loses. Is that it? So say tonight, I like the Chicago Sky. I'm going to play them the first quarter. If they win, then I go home. I sit back. That's what's confusing me. So all right, here we go. A little more. If it wins, you stop. Okay, stop until you covered. If not, then you go to 240 for the fourth quarter. You always times it by 3 until 300 until you hit that way. You get the money you lost on the quarters before. All right, gotcha. So in other words, if you win, you stop. And if it keeps losing, they're going to eventually win a quarter, is basically what he's saying. And you're going to win money. So, I mean, that's something I'm going to look at, and I'm going to write down and check it out. and see what happens. Mike M says kind of sounds like the Martindale system. The only Martindale I know, Mike M, is Wink, and I don't even know if he's still alive, bro. So I'll have to look into that Martindale system. I don't know anything about it, but so anyway, honestly, WNBA is not my strong sport. I just listen to you and follow. Well, I appreciate that strategic investment. I really do, because it is one of my strong points, and I'm hoping that I can continue to put money in people's pockets. What team you got taking the title this year? I got the Aces of Kelsey being there. You know what, Brazzy? I put the only team I put money on so far, and I did it at the beginning of the year, was the Mystics at plus 1,200. I'll tell you what you need to watch for. You need to watch for the Sun. Most definitely can do it. The Sky, of course, and the Aces. I'm just not putting my money on the Aces until they actually do it. You know, they've been a team that just kind of falls apart, man, when it comes to the playoffs. You know, we'll see if Becky Hammond fixes that. I think she will. I would put them as a hands down favorite to win the title. But they really need to shore up that defense. So if they can get that defense on lock, bro, it's over. There's not a team that's going to beat them, except for maybe the Sky, you know, and the Sky are in their head. But then again, the Sun are surprisers, man. So that's all I have on as far as futures go. And if you guys want to read in, Strategic Investments is explaining that a little more. And that's all I got today, man. Again, I apologize for not hitting the live button. I promise I will have I'll take Casey's info or her suggestion and put a post-it up, and we'll be good to go there. So I know we got shitty fucking views today, but it's probably my fault. But hey, man, we're gonna win. So my favorite play of the day is this guy, first quarter. I've all over it, had it circled for a week, and if I had to go a second play, it would probably be the under in the Aces fever game. So that's all I got for you guys today. Just please do me a favor. Please remember to bet responsibly. And again, I apologize not hitting live. And we'll see you tomorrow. Let me see what we got going on tomorrow. Do we have games tomorrow? Tomorrow we got 2 games. One starts at noon. If I bet on anything like that, I'll put it on my Twitter at Teece. And then Dallas Wings and Atlanta. I don't think I'm going to do a show tomorrow, so I'm just going to hold it off until Sunday. We have 5 games on Sunday. We'll be at it at 1 p.m. Eastern, Sunday afternoon. So I will see you on Sunday. And until then, please bet responsibly and let's cash some tickets, y'all. Be safe. Now I got to find my guy Jay Peasy, so he can get us all out of here because he didn't get us in. So Jay Peasy, roll it.
Who got next? We on deck. Time to fall in. The money's coming all in with Teece. We ballin' like time for us to hit a little grinding spree. But no peace till we hear that Britney Griner's free. Sparks fly high through the sky like Mercury. It's close to the sun. Feel the heat, you're done. Catch the fever, spread your wings. Living dreams is mystical. We weather through the storm. Liberty. We born in like a lynx. It's a battle cat. We breed aces to the slow back nation. For real.